Okay, get to your seats, folks.
They're looking for Andrew. Is Andrew going to be here tonight?
I hope so. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Good.
There's only 5 of you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I know Raquel's on her way. She's 6 minutes late. Here comes Amy. Amy just walked through the door. Okay, board members, please take your seats. Okay, it's 7 o'clock, meeting starting. Gentlemen, guys, move it. Move it. Okay, I'm calling the meeting to order. Thank you. We do not yet have quorum, so any board items that we need to, Blake just showed up. Yay, Blake. Okay, that gives us 7, and I know Raquel will be here any minute. So we're just going to go through our reports, and then we'll take items for action as soon as we meet quorum. So first up on our list tonight, first of all, any declaration of conflict with anything on the agenda from any board member? Not hearing or seeing anything. Moving on, we'll skip filling of the vacant board seat until we reach quorum, and moving on to Honolulu Fire Department. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eugenio here from Waialua Fire Station. So the numbers for May is 1 structure fire, 1 brush fire, 2 activated fire alarms, 46 medical, 1 motor vehicle crash, 2 ocean rescue, 1 mountain rescue, and 1 hazmat incident. We are approaching hurricane season, so make sure you refresh your supply, ensure everyone in your family knows your plan, build your 14 disaster supply kit to include everything your household would need to survive for 2 weeks. Check your insurance policy. Standard homeowner and renter's insurance do not include hurricane or flood coverage. Also get appropriate supplies to protect your window. They need to be sized for your window well in advance of the storm. That's all I have for tonight. You guys have any questions?
Okay, first of all, you always come with all these nice, handsome young men. Could you introduce them to us so we know who our firefighters are?
Hi, everyone. I'm firefighter Dustin Pope. And this is my captain, Captain Ishihara. And then this is our engineer, Jake Miller.
Great. Well, thank you, Jen. We really appreciate you all coming. Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Oh, wait. We haven't asked for questions yet. I just want to know who we're talking to. Any board members, any questions for HFD? Community, any questions? Thank you, gentlemen, for coming and for your service. We really appreciate it. Aloha. Next up, we have Honolulu Police Department. Do we have anybody here from HPD? Yes, we do. Lieutenant Baisla, nice to see you, sir. All right.
Hello, everyone. Lieutenant Romel Baisa with the Honolulu Police Department. I have Officer Napali from our community policing team.
Hello, guys.
Also have Sergeant Johnny Fitoa. He's our a lot of times he's our Sector 3, our Wailua, North Shore, and Mokuleia Sector Sergeant. So he's in charge. Stats for the last 30 days for the area of Wailua, again, Mokuleia and Haleiwa. We had 1 assault case, 2 burglary cases. We had 41 motor vehicle collisions. 6 of them are considered major. That's the one where cars are towed and stuff. We had 1 robbery case. We had actually an arrest on that case. We had 4 car break-ins and about 849 calls for service. As far as citations, we made 225 parking, 601 traffic infractions, 73 traffic crimes, and 30 criminal citations. 54 arrests with 65 charges. Safety tip for the month is on scams and fraudulent schemes. Please secure your accounts with unique passwords. Ignore unsolicited calls or links. Beware of high-pressure tactics. That have the sense of urgency, such as pay immediately or your account will be closed or you'll get arrested, stuff like that. And educate yourselves, and especially the kapuna. We have a Coffee with the Cop coming up on Friday, June 26th. It's at Kane Street Cafe, 140 North Kane Avenue from 10 to noon. Good place where we can talk stories with the officers. No agenda, and then he's gonna be there. So
Just watch out too. There's a big scam that a lot of policemen just got also. It's on our text messages. Have you guys got that one yet? Where you've got an order of that you have a subpoena for court, yeah? Please do not click on that link. Yeah. I had one maybe about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I clicked on the link and I put my debit card in there because I thought I had one. They even got me, yeah. So I had to change everything because it seemed legit. When I clicked on the link, it took me to state website that looked really like professional. So I thought it was legit, yeah. So I used my debit card first. It says, okay, it won't go through. So I said, screw it. Let me use my credit card. I used my credit card. They hacked both of them, yeah. I had to cancel everything and all my bills had to go through all over again. So please be careful. I just got one more today. And then I sent it to my friends and they're going to use Hawaiian names, yeah. Judge Pilau, whatever they use. Because I still have the text message because I'm sending, but they'll use legit police officer names, yeah. So please be careful. But the trick is the state of Hawaii, yeah. They'll use, we're Oahu, we're Honolulu, yeah. So please make sure, yeah, because it said the state of Hawaii, the state island state. So it would be Hawaii, the big island compared to, so they're throwing this mass text message to everybody on different islands. So please be careful, okay? All right?
Thank you. So sorry. Oh,
That's right. You win some, you lose some.
but thank you for sharing your story with us because I think that makes us all feel like, wow, if somebody as smart as you can get
Oh, I'm
caught.
not smart, apparently.
The other one I want to mention, I don't know if anyone saw the Linda Coble story about a month ago. She was a well-known newscaster for many years. If you know a senior, an elderly person who maybe doesn't have family around or doesn't see a lot of people, check in on them periodically because I think what happens with our kapuna is they get lonely and somebody calls them up and they start talking to them and they develop a relationship. And that's what she said in her report is they developed this relationship with her. So she felt like they were friends. So it's just another way how they get in. And so if you know a senior citizen, please make friends with them and go talk to them a couple times a week so they at least don't feel so lonely. So I think that was part of what happened. And it kind of hurt when I saw the story because if you know anything about her, she was like really big in the day. So, okay, questions. Anybody questions? I know Bob had his hand up. Go ahead.
I wouldn't want to spread it. Okay, so you said the word assault kind of got real fast, but that assault that happened in our area was not a little assault, and I think 2 people got hurt really badly. Maybe that's 2 assaults, but so many people were uncomfortable with how bad that was. I know it's the police always say, well, we're still investigating, so we can't say anything, but if some people, are they still looking for people? Anyway, that really got a lot of people on edge. We haven't had something that offensive.
you're talking about the lifeguard one.
Yeah, that one.
That actually fell under a different district's stats. So it's not on my stats. But as far as I know, arrests were made on that. I think seven arrests were made. So I don't think we're looking for anybody else for that particular case.
So that one was on the border of District 2, which is Waiua, Mililani, and North Shore. District 4, they were on that side. That's Kahuku, Kaneohe, and Waimanalo. So it didn't fall in our area.
Thank you.
Because that's right at the border.
Where's again? Like at Sharks Cove, guys will go, now I'm in the district. How about now?
No,
and
that's
they're just
fine.
little
That's
dance.
fine.
Where,
That's fine. I hope I answered your question, though. Did that answer the question?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
I still don't know the district boundary.
No worries. Yeah. It's by the convalescent home.
It's
But,
going to be about a,
oh, I'm sorry. The old convalescent.
Okay.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
about-
Their district, I believe, is kind of coincides with our district of our boundary for that side of the neighborhood board. But thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Any other
As long as I have
questions?
the answer, no problem.
But if you do hear anything, please, because it was very traumatizing for our
Yes,
community.
definitely.
Any other questions, community? Yeah, Sandy, I'm going to come over to you so you don't have to get up.
Thank you.
Where was that burglaries? What district on the
Um,
North Shore?
Well, I know one was in Mokuleia. Um, we we actually have an idea of who's doing the burglaries. Of course, I can't share that with you because it's an ongoing thing. But I think one of them we had an arrest. The other one, yeah, we have an idea who it is. But
And
yes,
then-
in Mokuleia.
And then the break-ins into the cars, what area is that?
That
That's usually
Okay.
gonna be by Turtle Beach, yeah. A lot of the tourists will leave their stuff unattended, yeah, in their car. I was a beatman out here for 7 years. I've seen it almost on a daily basis. So I had to park my vehicle actually at Laniakea Beach because the tourists would come out, leave all their bags inside their Jeep. I seen an open air Jeep and then run across the street to look at the turtles. Yeah. They would come and get all their stuff stolen, broken glass all the time. So again, with stuff like that, please lock your guys' doors. Do not leave anything of value inside your vehicle. You know the cup holder? I've seen people break glass just for the change inside there, yeah? So yes, oh no, don't even leave pamper bags in there because the criminals don't know what's in there. Huh? They're taking the chance by breaking your glass and grabbing it. It could be an empty bag. Same with your guys' home. Like I said, I was out here a long time. A lot of wealthy people, they don't lock their doors, yeah? I've seen that many times. Please lock your doors and lock your windows at night because these burglars are out and about, you know? We're having a big rash of burglaries happening in our district, which is District 2, again, Mililani, Wahiawa, and North Shore. Please lock your guys'
Yeah.
doors.
Sandy, there is, ma'am, just please come to the front. Yeah. Oh, no, ma'am, you have to come to use the microphone. Sorry. We record this and if you don't, you speak into the microphone, we won't be able to hear you. Sandy, there's also a website and I'm happy to come over and show it to you guys, but you can actually see where all the burglaries happen. I'll come by and show it to you. Yes.
I have a question about the thefts at Mokuleia. Can you kind of describe them? Because I live there. Is it during the daytime?
I can get back with you because I don't know right now. I didn't look at the stats.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Is it your home or is it your home? They burglarized your home? Yes.
What kind of burglary happened at Mokuleia?
Okay.
Was it during the daytime? Nobody was home?
That I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to
Nepali?
get back with you. I can get back with you. with
You show
yeah.
that information on your
Yeah,
website,
you
correct?
can go to honolulupd.org and it'll show a chart. You can put what district you live in, which is District 2, and they'll actually show a mapping of what kind of crime happens in your guys' area. Yeah. That's the best way to look at it. And then you can see. But again, like I said, it's going to be crimes of opportunity. You guys have garages. Don't leave nothing in the garage. Because sometimes people are just walking and a crime of opportunity. I see a bike. I see a lawnmower. I see tools. They'll go in and steal your items. Yeah. So please be careful. Always close your door. We had a big problem before in Milani where the garage door, they would leave it, halfway to keep it closed, to keep their house cool. People would crawl right in there and steal other items from inside the garage. Yeah. So please be careful. You need to lock everything up.
Thank you, gentlemen. We really appreciate you coming tonight. And I know, Nepali, you're going to be staying. So thank you, Lieutenant Besa. Take
Okay,
care.
Have a good night.
Next up, we have Ocean Safety.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Kyle Foyle with North Shore District Ocean Safety Department. Captain Mark Hall can't be this evening, so I'm filling in. We have our stats for April 2026. For attendance, we had 291,308. So not too high, but as summer's coming on, it is going to get more. Violations, we had 80. Preventive actions, we had 3,800 and 142. First aids, we had about 2,000. Public contact, we had about 55,000, yeah, around there. And then rescues, we had 23. A couple of the rescues that we've had is we had 2 scuba divers in distress at 3 tables. So that's our new tower, Tower 28, which is Sharks Cove. That's tower came in March, and it's been really, really effective over there. As you can tell, anybody's been by 3 tables during the summer, packed. Looks like Waimea. So that tower has been really helpful in keeping people safe. And then we had a unattended jet ski that turned into a body search on the 23rd. And then we've had a aggressive shark on the 2nd of May that was at Jocko's area. That was kind of like our highlight for May.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you showing and coming down. Questions for ocean safety, Blake?
Thanks for your report and for everything you guys do. I noticed you guys are very diligent about doing the preventative actions and also reporting, as opposed to, I don't hear that as much from the other emergency services reports. Could you explain the value of the preventative actions and how it is that each day you guys prevent a lot of accidents from happening by your public messaging and stuff?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like the question I always get. Well, people find I'm a lifeguard. Like, how many rescues do you do every week? And it's like, well, 0 if I do my job right. And that equals 2 preventatives. That's us seeing somebody that's walking down at Waimea Bay, say it's 15 feet with 5 kids, whammos. Oh, I'm going to go talk to that person. Or anybody that's just doesn't fit, judge a book by its cover. Our beach, right through Waimea, your Sharks Cove, you see somebody that doesn't have the right equipment, they're far out on the side, on the rocks at Sharks Cove, you go talk to them. We're always educating people. We try to prevent the accidents that happening, where I feel like HFD, EMS, all the emergency responses are kind of showing up after the incidents happen. Where our job is a lot more people. We talk to people a lot. It's a lot more psychological than what you see on Baywatch, I would say, because we have to talk to people a lot and persuade them to find a safer avenue for their day instead of going into the shore break or wherever they would want to venture. So that's the base of lifeguard. I've been doing it for a long time, and I've gotten a lot better at talking to people, let's say, when I first started, because you have to make my job easier. I'd rather talk to you than be outside KEQ when it's big with you attached to me with a buoy. You know what I mean? So that's what we mean by preventives. So
Raquel?
yes.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
I was just wondering if you could kind of explain to everyone, let them know about Watchtower and the implementation that we're in the process of doing right now.
Okay. Yeah, so we are jumping into 2026, the future. We have an app now that every tower has an iPad. So it's still brand new, and it's teaching some old dogs some new tricks and some of the new kids how to use it and how to put the data in. Before, it was all pen and paper, and it took a while for me to collect the paper, input his computer, goes to our dispatch. Now it's just instantly updated at the end of the day with all the stats, all preventives, rescues, attendance, everything. And it kind of works well with a guard needs something, a broken chair, a new binos, whatever it is, whoop, puts it in, comes straight to Captain Mark Hall. He approves it, goes to HQ. So it's just more streamlining the process that ocean safety is going, where, old school was just write it down, maybe get in 2 weeks, maybe not, you know what I mean? So it's been really effective as far as keeping our guards safe, keeping the equipment right, and getting the data out to you guys, the public.
Yeah, that's great. No, we were really happy to see that. I first saw it down in Waimanalo. One of your guys was giving a report. He was extraordinarily excited about it. He was over the moon.
Yeah.
So good. I'm glad you guys finally have that. That's
Yeah, we're
important.
stoked. We're stoked.
Bob?
You let off
Sorry,
your
Denise.
report where you said you said 5 violations. What kind of violations do you folks address? What are the-
Violations, especially as we get into summer, it's fishing violations mostly, and sometimes parking too. Like if anybody's been to Waimea during the summer, it's kind of a nightmare down there. So we kind of mark that as a violation. But it's mostly like aquatic fishing, people, especially like Waimea or Sharks Cove, that's our natural conservation area. Personally, I did a couple weeks ago, guy with the Zodiac, 3 kids spearfishing outside 3 table. I actually piled out there and it kind of educated them. So
My
that's a lot
hat
of it.
is off to you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Bob.
Joe Carey needs to be nice to you.
Yeah, everybody.
Denise?
Aloha. Thank you for coming.
No
I
problem.
definitely want to thank you and Ocean Safety for the tower at Kapo'o Sharks Cove. It's been amazing. And I would love to have you share stats at some point about kind of how crazy busy that tower is, because
Yes.
I think that's obviously why you put it in. So just a huge mahalo. And then also it's just really great to hear how Junior Lifeguards is going this summer and to see all the happy faces. And anyway, I know that's, layers of ocean safety and partnerships, but just mahalo for that too, raising the next gen. And they all seem stoked and working hard with you guys. So
Yeah, no,
thanks.
it's a great program. The city just is doing their program this week at Eokai, and then we have the North Shore Lifeguard Association is a nonprofit that anybody that works in District 3 is a part of. And and that one we do 9 weeks. So that one's pretty awesome. That one's 8 to 17-year-olds, 9 weeks of that. The city is doing a great one. They're actually more reaching out to Kakela's area. And they're actually doing a week over there, which, we feel like anybody past VLAN, that whole area, Cava, all the way to Kaneohe, kind of gets left in the dust when it comes to junior guards. And that's really great to see them do that. And I know the Tamayo Perry Foundation, which today is his 2nd year anniversary. So that's a great one where Tamayo's legacy is living on in his area, like EA Haula. So, kudos to our director, Kurt Lager, for putting that and seeing a group, a section of our island that kind of gets left behind. So, yeah, the junior guard program I'm a firm believer. I've been teaching it for 20 years. I have guards that are now working with me in the tower that I remember when they were 10. So if you guys support our nonprofit one or the city one, you're doing a lot for this community. It's, I think, what's the stat? Number 1 drowning in children in Hawaii is drowning for children. That's crazy. We live on an island. Everybody should know how to swim. So it's a great program. So thank you guys for supporting our nonprofit and the city.
Thank
you're
you.
doing a world of
We
of good.
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Andrew.
Yeah, I was excited to hear about, how you guys are using iPads to track things. I was previously a lifeguard, so I remember the paper, putting everything on paper. How much of that is like people counts? Are you doing that quite frequently? Like people in the water versus people on the beach? Different things like that?
Yeah, it's and surfers. So we go surfers, beach, like water line, like swimmers, and then we go to beach count. So
Okay.
it's like layers of that one, like who's actually in the line surfing, and then who's just recreational swimming, and then we have beach count.
Right.
And then we don't know what's behind the tower. We're trying not to worry about that. So
One thing I just like to mention to
Yes.
you, I've been helping out with the North Shore Beach Management Plan, and we've been using data from Surfline to actually get people counts of number of surfers in the water, number of people on the beach, number of people swimming, and it's updated like every hour.
Oh, wow.
And it's based off of like they're running artificial intelligence on their surf cams to see how many people are in the water, wave counts and things like that. So if that's something that would be interesting to you guys, let me know, because I can pull some data and maybe compare it with what your people counts are. And it'd be interesting to know if there's some sort of benefit for you guys with identifying what beaches might need more lifeguards at them or something.
No, for sure. And then, like I said, the program's still pretty new. Like we're still with the guy, the Will that runs it, is still updating little things because we're kind of going, oh, wait, that didn't work. That's too much. We need to streamline that app because, and then as far as from my perspective, I think having the guys every hour input it would kind of take eyes off the beach. That was my only concern with the iPad was like distraction.
Yeah.
It's like my main thing is you're in uniform, you're on time, you're in the tower, watch the water. So that was my only concern, but I like that idea. I think Director Lager and Assistant Chief Lerner could definitely help you on that. That's above my pay grade,
Yeah.
but I think it would be a great one for sure. Just to get that data out there. It's crazy. It's like Sharks Cove. It's only been a while, and like the preventive actions is probably at the highest, which compared to the numbers, only 35,675 attendance, but the preventive action was 7,000. So it's like where Waimea was 50,000 attendance and only 4,000 preventive actions.
Okay,
So it's like
keep
it's
moving.
crazy data when you actually look at it. And
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to have it printed out like this and updated like quick. So, but yeah, I think reaching out to our director would
Okay.
be a great avenue. Like I said, it's above my pay grade on that one.
Awesome.
Okay, moving on, because we do have other things. We'll take Dennis, please. No, you're Kapuna. We treat you differently.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I don't know if this is for you or the LNR. What's the minimum distance a jet ski is supposed to be from shore?
Ooh, that is, I know they're set. I don't know this off the top of my head. I know they can't come anywhere unless they own the beach front, like their one little section. So if you live it off the wall, you have to come directly and land there. Even that, I think, is a little fishy. That might be more DLNR. But they're, God, I wish I had
Well,
that
the
distance.
reason I'm asking is involved with fishing.
Yes.
At times, guys come in and they play around real close.
Okay.
Mokalia.
It's not my guys, right? Hopefully.
No.
Okay.
Just regular jet ski.
Yeah.
So how do we report that in real time? And I don't know if they're supposed to be that close? I don't think so.
DLNR, I know we work well with DLNR. They're short staffed. So I would do the best is call 911. They put a ticket into Ocean Safety. We're right next to fire and EMS, all in that command center in town. And if you go, hey, these guys are dangerous. You know, they're coming in, they're playing rough. There's kids there, whatever. Don't hesitate. Call 911. Let us know because we have our ski here at the surf center at Haleiwa. We can easily put them on the water, or one of us can take a patrol out there and kind of assess that too. So I would say 911 because DLNR, I think there's only, I'm not speaking for them, but there's like 2 of them.
So
in this whole 50-mile stretch.
it's
so.
hard to call somebody when it's happening.
Yeah, I would say,
After the fact.
yeah, if that's a hard one, and I would say just call 911 and let us get the ticket, and then we can respond from there, and then maybe call you, and then we might have somebody in the area that can immediately respond.
Thank you.
No worries, easy.
Okay, thank you. We're going to keep moving on because we've got a few items tonight to talk about. But yeah, Doe Care would be, but I thank you. I think that's a great suggestion.
Yeah, no problem. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, next up, Border Water Supply. So unfortunately, we had 3 main breaks last month, 2 up Pupakea right by Bob. Sorry, Bob. And then we had 1 down in Kaimanu, down further on Waialua Beach Road. That was an 8-inch, in the Pupakea one, which was the same 12-inch main. And then everyone should be receiving their semi-annual water quality report that lets you know where your water comes from and what's in your water, and that it meets all federal and state health and safety regulations. If you have any questions about your water report, don't do like Bob and call the main office. Call me at 808-748-5319. I always answer my phone in 2 seconds. Poor Bob got stuck on a very long wait, so I'm sorry for that. We will address it. Yeah, we will address that. Any questions for me? Board members? Community? Okay, thank you. Yes, Sass. Yes.
Water rates will be rising, right? Coming July.
July 1st, and sewer rates if you're on sewer, but most of us are not. Yes.
I just, I had about a year ago, I had family staying with us, and I'm just sharing my story just to raise awareness. But I had some family staying in the back. When, you know, our Ohana normally uses about 5,000 gallons a month. So when we had our Ohana staying in the back, the bill came and we used 11,000 gallons that month. I was like, okay, we get extended Ohana. Come the next month, we ended up using 150,000 gallons. It turned out we had a cement, a break underneath our cement where we park our cars that you can't even see. Unfortunately, we still got billed. I have no problem paying for the water, but I got billed, which was $5,000. But I got billed $3,000 in sewer fees because they're saying that it went down the sewer. Because if you live Pa'alakai, where I live, we have a septic treatment facility there. And so a lot of people don't know, I wasn't aware of it till I had the major leak, but 80% of your water bill is assumed to be going into your sewer. So because of rising water costs and sewer rates, I just want to suggest get a sewer meter, because then it will accurately read how much water is going down your sewer, because all the water that you're watering your plants or so forth, washing your car, whatnot, you know what I mean, shooting down, that's getting counted towards your sewer bill if you live in Pa'alakai for that sewer treatment facility. So I just wanted to make people aware of that, so you're not having to pay an expensive bill like I'm still paying off to date. Yeah, it was just unfortunate. I still have to pay the septic bill even though it never went down the drain. But
thank you, Sass. Appreciate that. And we do, it's called sub-metering, and it's 20% off your sewer bill. So it is something to look into if you are, but most of us are not on sewer out here, but Pa'alakai is. Go ahead, Daniel. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Daniel Michael Gabriel. This is actually going to direct it towards Chair Kathleen. Is there not a credit that you can get if you have an underground leak for the water?
Did you get that credit? You got the 50% credit, right, Sass?
I didn't get the full 50%, but they did credit me a little bit on the water, but the sewer I still had to pay 100%, which is super unfortunate. And I had no problem paying 100% of the water bill. It was the sewer bill that I was like, brah.
Yeah.
You have no control over the sewer.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a different
I've been
agency. Yeah.
battling with both
Yeah.
of them.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
bringing that up, Daniel. Appreciate that. Okay, we're going to move on. We do need to come back to filling the vacancy, but I'm going to do resident concerns first, and then we'll come back to filling of the vacancy. So any resident concerns, please come to the front, 2-minute time limit. Please identify yourself and tell us what you're concerned about.
Hi, my name is Thomas. Hello, neighbors, board, chair. I'm going to talk about my favorite, or should I say least favorite subject. It's going to be about sponges, it's going to be about floods, and it's going to be about pesticides. I studied this subject quite a bit, as I mentioned other times when I talked. And in my studies, I come across the fact that most of the places across the U.S. and even the world used to have 6 to 10 feet of organic matter in the soil. When you have organic matter in the soil like that, that's a sponge. Like the sponge you use to clean up the water on your floor. Takes the water up, the water's not a problem. But when you spray pesticides, like we have in this country and in this state, since World War II, you kill the organic matter in the soil. And there's less and less and less and less. So what does that do to the sponge? It disappears. That's what I'm going to say next is that the flood that we just had, a whole lot of the reason that it was as bad as it was, or that we had it at all, was because of what I just described. We destroyed the sponge from Wahiawa on down, all over the place. The sponge is no longer there. When it is there, all that rain would have went down into the soil, into that organic matter, filtered into our water table. Since it's gone, it flooded us, caused a lot of damage to people's lives and property. We've got to come to understand this pesticide issue better and address it. Thank you for letting me
Thanks,
talk.
Thomas. We appreciate that. Larry.
I like your shirt, Thomas.
Hi, everybody. Mark Taliai. I'm asking on behalf of the people of Otake Camp what the water situation is if it's a no-boil thing, or is it clear to use?
Okay, we do not operate Otake. That's not BWS. That is the Waialua Water Association that's run by David Robershaw. And my understanding the last time I talked to David was every time they go to flush, dirt and sand keeps coming out of the pipes on the customer side of the meter. So you'll need to talk to David, and if you want, I can get you his number. I'm happy to share that with you. I do know Mill Camp got back their water, Puiki Park got back their water. They were all fine, but Mill Camp has, I guess, some bigger issue. I mean, Otake has some bigger issues. That's all I know, but David would know more than I do, but I'll get you his contact information. Mark, I do need you to text me your information. So I don't think I have it.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you. Dennis.
Dennis Park. Someone brought up a concern. That turnaround at the end of Goodale when you're going towards Wailua High, they were staging there, and it's really deep. Is that ever going to be? I know they're still working and cleaning up. Is that going to be cleaned up eventually?
Yeah, actually, Gil Riviere wants to do a beautification project down there, and we were just waiting for them to get everything out of there, and they'll be contacting Ed Sniffen at DOT to see what we can do. But he was thinking it'd be a really nice community-based project to go in and take care of that with the work with the help of DOT. So yes, that
Awesome.
is definitely on my list of things to take care of.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Larry. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Larry McElhenney. I'd like to talk briefly about the meeting that's coming up on this Thursday, June 25th at 9 a.m. at City Hall. This is a Planning and Zoning Committee. And the last item on the agenda is Bill number 37, which has to do with the land use change from ag to urban in Haleiwa, 7 acres, sorry. The committee members are Esther Kia Aina, Tommy Waters, Radiant Cordero, Val Okimoto, and Andrea Tupola. And I'm asking everyone to email those council members, if you would, It's super easy to testify online. You just have to click. But if you just go the next step and send them an email, it's very effective. And you can send them an email anytime, even after the meeting, and express your opinion. Now, I've thought about this a lot. I think we all have. And I've distilled this down to 3 issues that I'd like to share with you that I consider very critical. And I think any one of these issues should stop this program, any one of the 3. But I'll tell you about all 3. The first issue is the size of this proposal. It's huge. It's huge. It's outrageous when you compare it to the size of the rest of Haleiwa. It would basically transform Haleiwa into a whole new ballgame. So size, number 1. Okay, its relationship to the North Shore Sustainable Communities Plan. And I'm not talking necessarily about the one that's forthcoming in the next couple months, I think it is. You guys probably know when it is, July or something like that. We're going to have a brand new Sustainable Communities Plan. But I've followed the Sustainable Communities Plans over the last 20 or 30 years, and each and every one of them has one primary objective, and that is to keep this district rural. Keep this rural. And this proposal claims that changing the zoning from rural to urban is going to keep it rural. It's insane. And not only the Sustainable Communities Plan, but the last go around, there were 650 opposition testimonies submitted. And that's some kind of record at City Hall. They were amazed at the number of opposition testimonies. I just checked before I came. There's 50 so far today. Come on, guys. Let's get those testimonies in there.
Okay, Larry, I need you to wrap it up. Thank you.
One more thing.
Wrap it up.
Disaster preparedness. Okay? If you have a problem evacuating an area, does it make any sense to put 150 more homes in that area and make evacuation even more impossible? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry. Great points. Okay, I got Luca. Hold on one second. I have a lovely young lady out there. Melissa, come on in. Oh, it's right behind, you know where Ace is? Oh, yeah, that area back there.
Hello, me again, Melissa Allen. I know we're going to be talking about closing the parks at a certain time and not having people in, which is okay as long as everybody can still access it for go fishing and whatnot on the backside. But since we're doing something about that, are we ever going to get enforcement on Bill 38 where we can stop the tour buses from commercializing on our beaches? So I think we're probably at like 15 years now that, I mean, since my hair was purple, I think we've been doing the Bill 38 stuff. Something's got to be done. They're still there. They still got their fake lifeguards. They still got their fake snorkels going on. Pu'aena is completely overrun. I'm still chasing them out. I've printed out hundreds of Bill 38 to present to the drivers. What I've noticed is now they're moving drivers. So it's like a new foreign person every time you go to them. They give you the same speech. We don't know about it. We were unaware. We'll talk to our boss, yada, yada, yada. Well, I went to the swap meet a few weeks ago because we had family in, and they're at the front slot of the swap meet, and now they're advertising these tours that are going on. And I actually found a influencer on Facebook that did a whole thing of the tour and ended up at Pu'aena advertising snorkeling with turtles. So don't know where that came from. I did submit all the video evidence that I got from that influencer to Raquel. Again, I've gotten pictures of all the numbers, the buses, the companies. They're parking at the Kukui Nut place across the street. Where they would get away with it is if they would just let their tourists go by themselves, but they're still escorting them in. I still have proof of it. I'm still chasing them down, but I'm only one person and they don't give a rat's butt about me. And then I'm up against a lot of money because they're making big money off of these guys. So it's summertime. My family is going to be back down at the beach again. We're going to be at Pu'aena. That's where we go. That's where our family all gathers. We should be able to So we're back in for Piliquia. So I'm just hoping we can get, if we're going to get time to shut down the beaches so nobody can be there, let's get the enforcement during the day to finally lock. We got the bill. We got it signed. We got everything we were supposed to. And we need enforcement. I've had meetings with DLNR. I've done coffee with a cop. I've talked to the mayor. I've written emails. I come here to you guys. And still yet, Puena is over. I'm sure the other beaches too, but the fight that I have is for Puena.
Absolutely. Thank you,
So,
Melissa.
Whatever we could do.
But thank you for doing what you do. That is amazing. Let's
I'm
give her a
trying.
big.
I'm trying.
Thank you.
So enforcement.
Denise, did you want to address that quickly? Thank you.
Yes, I completely share your concern, and it is a problem at other beaches. So I just wanted to mention that the Parks Committee, we are trying to arrange a meeting with the Park Ranger program, DPR's Park Ranger program, so that we can do an educational meeting for everybody on what's going on with Bill 38 and the Park Ranger program, which is still in this data gathering educational mode. But that's as soon as it's scheduled, I'll make sure that you can come, and we're going to try to hold it at a time when lots of people can come because it's a district-wide.
Yeah, because the mayor
problem.
keeps feeding me the park rangers, which is great. Right now, I'm the park ranger. So if you guys see anybody down there, it's me. I'm the park ranger. But again, I got nothing behind me, and it's a losing battle at this point. It's so frustrating.
The other thing, I know you copy me when you send stuff to Raquel, especially if you get PUC numbers or the names of the tour companies.
Oh yeah, I still have all that.
I will see if there's a few other avenues I can take to help you with that.
Yep, I will.
Okay, thank you
do my
again,
best.
Melissa.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you. Thank you.
I'll be sure to make this very quick. Hi everyone, my name is Luca Kinaberti. I'm from Pupukea. I'm also the Hawaii Youth Transportation Council member currently for the North Shore, but my term will be ending on Sunday. I believe we do have a replacement. I have not met them yet, but as soon as I've met them and talked to them, catch them up to speed on everything that we're doing, I'm going to bring them here so that they can introduce themselves to all you guys. It's been a real honor. I'm going to be going off to college. I'm getting But it's been an honor, even just the small little council that I'm in, being able to represent you guys. So hope when I come back, I can help represent you guys even more in any way I can. So thank you guys so
Thanks,
much.
Luca. Appreciate you. Okay, we're going to circle back to filling of a vacant board seat. We had a vacancy in the Kauai Loa Sub-District 4, and I do believe we have someone here tonight who is interested in accepting and joining us on the neighborhood board. Karen, please tell us a little about yourself.
Aloha, everyone. Thanks for having me. I've grown up in Kawailoa my whole life, and I'm honored to fill the seat. I know that it's been needed for a while, and represent and help serve our community. Yeah.
Anyone wanted to ask Karen any quick questions or anything? If not, do we have a motion to accept Karen on the board? Denise?
Yes.
We don't need a second, but thank you, Amy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? We're going to take a brief recess so Zoidel can swear you in, and then you can join us up here the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Love that. It's so horrific.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, so your internet's the problem. Someone unplugged something or I don't, I mean, maybe Larry might be going there when he brings me, and I don't know if he will be there, maybe he can ask me that they, you guys. Well, there is, I mean, there is a thing you can do, basically. You get a cell phone photo. The envoy. But yeah, it's cheap. That's the the other thing. All the way around. How are you doing?
Okay, everybody, thank you. Calling the meter back to order. Thank you very much, everybody. Please take your seats. Okay, moving on to board business. First up, Haleiwa Beach Park, including Pu'uena Beach. Proposed park closure hours, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And Nepali, where are you, Nepali?
I'm going to start though.
Is he still here? Nepali, are you outside? Yeah, I think he is talking to Keith.
But Kathleen, I'll start.
Okay, and then Denise, you kick us off. Okay, Denise is going to kick us off,
I'm
Nepali.
going to start and then you're going to jump in with
Perfect.
the crescendo after
Sorry
the
about that.
crescendo. Yeah. Okay. All right. Aloha, everyone. I'm Denise Antolini. I'm the chair of the Parks Committee. We have an agenda item tonight. It is the hours of closure for Haleiwa Beach Park, which includes Pu'uena Beach. And on the agenda item, which I'll explain, the proposal is to post park closure hours from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And then I have a few extra copies if anybody wants it. Can somebody just share those? Anybody who wants, which is discusses the background. So on May 19th, 2026, our Parks Committee had a site visit to Haleiwa Beach Park to discuss the proposed park closure hours with Honolulu Police Department, HPD, and Department of Parks and Recreation. And I'm just going to add at their request. And Matt Dwyer's office was looped into this, Kelly. So there is a request to the Parks Committee to consider this closure issue. DPR and HPD requested that park closure hours match the parking lot and restroom hours, which were already at 10 to 5. So let me just repeat that. It's very important for Haleiwa Beach Park. The parking lot hours were already closed 10 to 5, and the restrooms are already posted closing 10 to 5. The issue was the entire rest of the park, the fields, and the other areas, the closure hours were not the same. So it created an issue, which we'll get into. So those posted closure hours, if they're consistent, would help HPD and DPR with homeless issues, maintenance, and help with consistent enforcement. So once the board approves, City Parks will post some new signs. So the motion that we supported, which we're bringing to the board, is to support the request by DPR and HPD to change and post the closure hours for Haleiwa Beach Park to 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., to post signs, and to have enforcement preceded by social services outreach to homeless by the city and partners. And we unanimously supported that after good discussion on site with Officer Brandt and others. And then we requested, and he very graciously has agreed to come and be present for this presentation. The handout, if you get a copy, has a map provided by Parks of Haleiwa Beach Park. And it's really important you see that the blue line also includes Pu'uena Point. And then at the bottom, it explains who is on the Parks Committee. So again, the point is to be consistent with the parking lot hours and the restroom hours, and also to be consistent with generally park closure hours island-wide. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Officer Brandt to add.
Good evening again, guys. Again, like we said, consistency, yeah? That's all we want across the board. We get a lot of complaints, as you can see, about people living on the beach, making it pilau, the tents, yeah? We kind of want to get rid of that. Yeah. Ali Beach Park, that park closure. Haleiwa has park closure, but we want to extend it to Puena Point. Yeah. You guys know where Puena Point is? Yeah. That's the problem we have. I remember not too long ago, we had a needles problem. Yeah. You guys remember that? A bunch of needles washed up. Yes. That's the kind of stuff we want to take care of because our tourists and our kiki all play on that beach also. Yeah. I used to, like I said, I worked out here for a very long time. I've seen a lot of people out there. So we're trying to work on something that's going to be consistent. So when we do go overnight to make checks of the parks, yes, do we cite the people? Yes, we do. But we also give them options for some type of assistance, social assistance. Yeah. But do most of them take it? Usually not. Yeah. I can't force them to go somewhere into housing or take some kind of services that we provide. So we do cite them, yes, and then we move them along. And of course, they're going to come back. But with us keep doing it, hopefully they eventually will move on, yeah? But we want that for Puena Point also. When was the last time you guys went to Puena Point? Yeah? Oh, well, okay, now that's a totally different story now. Yeah, that's a totally different story. I can't take care of that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're dealing with the park closure hours, yeah? And as you can see, there's a lot of dogs out there too, huh? The last time I checked, there was about 8 dogs. 2 or 3 running wild, and every time I walk in there, I get scared. I'm like, oh my God. Because there's some pretty big pit bulls over there. And if they don't want to leave, or if they do leave, we do offer them services with the Hawaii Humane Society also. If they no longer want the dogs, we'll take the dogs there also. Yeah? But we just want consistency throughout the parks area. So when we do our job, we can always check on what's going on. And we don't have to worry about them being in certain places.
Okay. Denise, was there anything else you wanted to add? Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and start with questions. I do need everybody to come up and please just wait your turn. Sandy? And then Melissa.
My question is because we know that the park is closed and the
park
parking
is
lot
not closed
is
yet.
closed.
Yeah, the park is not closed, only the parking lot.
The parking lot
Yes.
is closed? Okay, so, but the area that is left to the monument
Yes.
between the breakwater and the monument, the police don't enforce people from leaving, whereas the parking lot is closed.
Yes.
So are you talking about closure for the whole length all the way
I
to the
don't know for sure. I
breakwater?
have to get back with you on that because I know we're going to do basically is a park and then Puena Point if you look on the map. That's going to be our big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's going to be the
Okay.
problem we have right now.
The only reason why I'm asking is if it is closed, that is the easiest access for Kupuna to be able to fish.
Okay, so you guys going to be able to traverse through the park, yeah? You guys can go, yeah, but
we
we're
know
not
that.
sleeping over, yeah?
We
We're
know
not
that.
hanging out, we fishing, yeah, guys?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah? You can
Yeah.
traverse. We're not going to stop anybody
Yeah.
from traversing.
Okay, so all the police going to know that
Yes,
we
'cause we're
can
gonna
traverse.
we're going to put signs. If it gets passed by the board, then we're going to put signs up explaining everything what you guys can do, yeah?
Because we know the law.
Yes.
But we know for sure that some police officers they're not aware of it.
We'll get them up to it. We'll get
Okay.
them up to speed. Yeah. Once we get the signs posted, we'll make it very easy to read.
So Dennis, Melissa's next and then you.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead up front, Melissa. Thank you. She gets special consideration. Yeah, go to the front. Thank you.
But I
That's
think
all
they
right.
want it in here.
I like that.
Okay, so the right side of Puena, you're saying you can close them at 10 o'clock?
Yes. at
Right.
night, Yes.
The beach side and everything.
Yes.
So if we like be at the beach, even if we're not sleeping over and camping, we no longer can be at the beach at Puena past 10 o'clock if we park by the monument and walk through to Puena. I could be. I take my kids fishing. But do I have to be fishing?
Yes.
So we cannot just be down at the beach and
Going fishing pole inside the
they don't buy that either. I've been kicked out of Mokes for that, even when we just declined. So they're going to toss us out from over there. And then how do we know this isn't going to go to the left side by the monument also?
We don't know that.
That I believe is state.
Well, because he said he didn't know about it yet.
Right here.
So is there a possibility that this passes and then they extend the?
That's state over there, Melissa. I'm pretty sure that's state. Is that state?
Right, it's going to be all of us. So I don't know how far you're talking about. I mean, so all the blue line going to be covered. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I
how
just
far-
don't want all the restriction to be put on the local people and what we cannot do at the beaches when we still can't even get these guys out from the buses.
Yeah.
So if these guys can be making choke money from 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we now have all these rules that are going to be placed on us of when we can and cannot go to the beach, well, then that's a whole other animal. Like I get that we don't want the pilikia of everything down there, but I shouldn't just have to fish or whatever if we just want to be at the beach. Because you figure we can't start our beach days down there till 5 p.m. Until those buses can go away, we cannot start our beach days because it's infested.
Well, that's a totally different subject.
So, right, but if we're talking of closing the beaches is what you're talking about, right?
But not until
Right.
10 p.m.
Right.
At 10 p.m.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, Melissa.
Well, my
please
only
finish
thing
up.
is it's great, but let's just make sure that we're not just focused on what we're going to do to pass for us if we're not going to be passing it for the whole thing if we're speaking of Puena within themselves.
Yeah,
That's
understood.
it.
Thank
It's
you,
just-
Melissa. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Melissa.
Denise and then Dennis. Go ahead, Denise.
I just want to clarify something, Melissa and others. We're talking about Beach Park, which is under city and county's jurisdiction. Anything that is shoreline down is not in the beach park. That's in state jurisdiction. And as officer clarified, you have a right to traverse the beach parks to get to the beach, as Sandy was saying. So you have a right to be on the shoreline, which is state land, public trust land. You just don't want, this will just affect the park boundary, which is shoreline up into the park, and you can still traverse. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that we have a right to be on the shoreline with state land. It's our land. Tonight we're talking about city park boundaries, which are Mauka of the shoreline. And where that line is, we got to educate everybody about it because, you know, you don't want to get harassed, right? I got your point.
Yeah. Okay, Melissa. Melissa, you need to come to the front if you want to continue. Yeah, and that's what Sandy was getting at too. So education of HPD is going to be extremely critical, Nepali,
Yeah.
because
Once we get the signs
Sandy
up,
brought that up to me when I called her.
where the borders are, we'll be
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Once
Yeah.
that's Kamemia, the other side's gonna be
Yeah. So when Melissa's down on the beach with her family, she doesn't want to be
Oh, I can
harassed.
see her from far away. I
Yeah.
can see her from far away. We good. I can see her from far away. Yeah, I go ahead. That's okay. Come. Yeah, it's me too. I talk loud. Yeah, I'm deaf.
Okay. Thank you, Dennis. I'm sorry. Thank you for waiting, sir. Please come forward. Yeah, your turn.
Okay, hi, I'm Dennis Park, born and raised here, fish my life here. Fish day and night, no problem. Now we have a problem. As from my point of view, tourism and the homeless, I'm sorry they're economically challenged, but we have a problem, right? Every park closure on here, Waianae, East Side, here is because of the homeless. Okay? From Moklia, Kaina Point, all the way up here, you cannot fish at night because everything's closed. It's been done like 20 years already, right? You cannot park and fish. You cannot park. There's signs all over the place. You can't even park there. You want to fish there at night? Somebody got to drop us off. And we have to walk across and go fish. The reason we have the right to traverse, they had to pass a law, Bill 58, 2009, right? And then you have the, sorry, you have the revised ordinance that's for traversing the park. That's because there was confusion as the park's closed, we cannot be in the park, but we want to go to the beach to fish, okay? So now we have the right to traverse. Denise brought up, you can go in a park, across the park, now you're gonna be on the beach and you can fish. That's DLNR. DLNR kicked us off the beach at Khalifa Beach Park. We get only up to the high water mark. DLNR has the rest. They kick us out of the park. They kick us off the beach. That's what's happening. That's why people are wondering what's going on. Plus, you changed the map. The park was closed But now you took it from the monument to the breakwater, that whole wall. Okay? Like Sandra said, from kind of point to here, where can you park and fish at night? That little stretch. There's no place where we can park and fish. You close that, now where are we going to park? Across the road? And we're going to traverse the road and go to the beach? But we got to get off the beach and go to high water mark? That's the confusion. But my problem is, this has been going on for 20 years. We have one problem. People who are disadvantaged. Solve the problem. But you keep closing everything, chasing them from here to here to here. In the meantime, we have rights under the Constitution. They have the same rights, but you're protecting their rights and you're kicking us out. What about our rights? It's the same thing. We have the rights under the Constitution, Section 11 and 12. Access, public fishing. The resources have been given to the state and city to manage for us to have access to. In this case, we're not solving the problem. We're doing the same solution for the same problem, and it doesn't work. Why? Because we're here doing the same thing. 20 years later, we're closing the park because of the homeless. We closed the park, we fish all over. We tried to help people all over.
Yeah. Thank you, Dennis.
It doesn't work. Give it back to us, open it up, enforce the law equally for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Hey, Yvonne?
Oh, sorry. Go.
I have just a real quick question. This map is really hard to, and you keep saying the breakwater. Does that go all the way to Serpent City?
So this map was provided by DPR. I apologize, it's small, but this is on my home printer with limited ink. So if you look at the blue line, I'm not answering for DPR, but this is the map they gave us, that there's that skinny part, right? That kind of goes from the monument all the way down to the jetty. Yeah. So that's where the blue line goes. And my guess is, and so everything Mackay of that is state shoreline, back to our point about who owns what. And then there's the Kamehameha Highway, right? So it's a skinny little thing. I don't know. We need a microscope to figure out where the boundaries are, but.
And we did invite them tonight to come, but they did not get back to us.
Yeah. But I think we can, if you want to know more detail about those boundaries, then we've got Dr. Fox here. That can be conveyed to DPR. We need a more detailed map is one thing would be really helpful for HPD and all of us. Yeah.
Besides the homeless, there's a lot of people that live in vans in that area. Do you consider those homeless if they have a kind of a home? And the other thing is there are people now that are starting to give surf lessons in that area. And I have called, and for 3 years, I have been calling on this one guy that is doing business out of a cube. His car is unlicensed. It's only front license. He pulls a trailer with canoes in it. I see him, the tour vans pull up, the small ones across the street. He walks the tourists across the street, and he's doing business right there. And I've called the police. I can't tell you how many
Yvonne,
times.
keep walking.
Deal with the park party first. Chop this down slowly.
Yeah.
But again, I would like to talk to you after.
Thanks, Yvonne. Thank you.
But I'm just wondering if this is an overlap. That was my question. Is it an overlap?
Overlap of what?
Of no parking. Because the guy leaves his car there, his truck there.
If he leaves his car there, yes, we would tow his vehicle.
It's a big cube, and that's what the policeman said. Tell me that they have no.
We can actually set up a big tow wagon to come pick everything up.
Can I just clarify that the parking lot hours are already established and posted?
But they're not.
No, they're being
Excuse
ticketed,
me?
but to tow the vehicle. So he's just.
We're not talking about the parking lot hours tonight. We're just talking about.
But are the cars being ticketed now? It's not my
Okay, we don't know, Yvonne. That's not what we're discussing tonight. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, ma'am, please come on up.
Hi, aloha chair, aloha board members. My name is Makanani and I represent KWO, Ke'aloha West Oahu.
Thank you for
we
coming.
We are an outreach organization and we do outreach in this area. Just to give you folks a heads up, majority of the people out there who are houseless, they're not homeless, Hawaii is their home, they don't want services. The ones that do, we do help them. It is a process. It's not easy. It's all baby steps. So we do our best to get out there. We're out there. We're on the North Shore every Monday. We have to split between Mokuleia side all the way down to Velziland and Kahuku. I think Wailea, Kavela Bay is our stop. That's where, as far as we go. So if you have anybody that you have any concern about, you're more than welcome to reach out to our agency. I'll drop my card over here. Otherwise, that's the best we can do. Melissa, I hear your concern because when we go to Puena Point, they are dumping them by the busload. I trip out. I mean, I'm speaking as a community member, and I am amazed by the amount of people that just flood that small area even.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but just
yeah,
to-
and I did give Denise your community organization's information to reach out because we do know that that's one issue that also needs to be resolved. And it so thank you for so much for bringing that. Great.
Could you coordinate with DPR and HPD because it's not. I'm sorry, it's not Parks Committee's responsibility, but when we passed the motion, we made sure that outreach should precede the posting of the hours. So I just want to say thank you. It's really important you be part of this, but it's not Parks' responsibility to do the outreach. We really count on you folks to work with HPD and DPR.
They
do. They work with us really
Yes.
well. But a lot of people, like she said, are going to be resistant for the program. They don't want to go inside right now. Then the question is, what do we do? What do we do? Anybody can?
Okay.
Please let me know. We can be millionaires together. Yeah.
Okay, Dennis, I'm going to ask Luca before you come back up. Okay, thank you, Makanani. Appreciate that.
I just wanted to ask you about CORE because they do a lot of homeless prevention, just like Auntie. Thank you very much. What you do is amazing. But I was just because when you kick them out of that area, they're just going to be moving either more into Haleiwa or in the bushes around there. Does CORE do any operations in the park already around there, or
They do, and so does her group, but so does the Honu. You guys know what Honu is, right?
Yes.
We try to get them into Honu, but again, do they all want to go? Probably not. Yeah. So my hands is tied on where I can put them. Yeah. I cannot force anybody anywhere else besides the jurisdiction which I had is city or state land. Yeah. Another big one. There's other big landowners, and they can be trespassed from that area, and then we arrest. Yeah. But it's the local people. Yeah. They're on hard times, mental illness, drug
Thank you,
addiction.
Luca.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Uncle.
They're actually all work really well. It's just like she was saying earlier.
Okay, go ahead, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis again. Just want to clarify, when I said us, it's not only the fishing community. It's stargazers, it's surfers. They surf at night with the moon. People love to watch the moon set at night. It's the general public.
Thank you, Dennis. No, we understand. Okay, Zaz.
With Bill 38 and Bill 58, I believe it was, Uncle was talking about, is there any way, I don't know how parks regulations are, but is there any way maybe we could get signage made or printed so then it's up there that says like, hey, Bill 38's passed, no buses, tours here coming in, or Bill 58, fishermen have the right, please deal in art, like the sign's right there, just because some people don't understand. I don't know if there's a way to get signage or something. That's just a suggestion. And Melissa, I'm happy to hold space with you one day. Maybe we can make a community day where the locals come out and, we take back our Aina instead of the tourists coming in. We got to educate them in a sense. So maybe we can plan a community day in that sense. I'm happy to work with you on something like that.
Thank you,
'Cause
Zaz.
they were
Any
coming
other,
to Ali'i's and we wouldn't regulate there. So
any
I
other
don't like
questions
going.
down this end? Okay, any questions over here, Leaf?
So
I just want to.
Well, I just want to say that one of the reasons we wanted to bring this to the board is to get community comments, right? Because it's just a couple of us in the Parks Committee and really good discussion with the agency. So thank you and we don't have to vote on it tonight. We can delay it, have more discussion about signage, about education, outreach, all that stuff. So yeah, in other words, Kathleen and I talked about this. If there's a lot of concerns, we don't vote on it. We put it on a future agenda and there's more discussion and collaboration. Yeah. So I just want to offer that.
I just want to comment, Dennis is right. From the time I've been on this board, we've been giving up our parks. And we block the parks because of the homeless. And then our people cannot go there. We started off with Mokuleia. Then we went to Ali Beach Park. And the first thing I got was, we cannot go out there and just hang out on the park on a moonlight night anymore. And so we lost our right to go to the park at night. Look at the stars, stargazing. Look at the moon. Look at the what do they call it when the sun crosses the moon and all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then this one, it's already happening. The parking lot is closed along the highway. A friend of mine goes over there. He gets off of work at 10 o'clock at night. He goes over there, has a bento or something like that, hangs out a little while before he go home. No, he cannot. The cop give him a ticket. So, because he's in the parking lot. But where else you won't park? And so, we're giving up our space because of a few. And, we give it up and we end up in the wrong. And they're still there. They're still there. And
thank you.
And like I said, if you guys
Okay,
wanna
we're
talk
gonna,
after, and we can try working on solution, on what we do. Yeah, everybody, that's the trick. Yeah, what we gonna do though? That's the problem. Like I need help. Honolulu Police
Well,
Department,
I think you got
we
a.
gonna just ship them off somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say ship them here.
I do think you got a lot of people here who will, I think, help you. We're going to take Daniel, then Raquel, but we do need to keep moving on. We're not going to make a decision tonight. Tonight was to solicit community input, which is why Dennis and Sandy and Melissa and Norman are here tonight. And we really appreciate your feedback because it is a bigger issue, as you guys have pointed out. And there's obviously some strong feelings around that. And we really, really appreciate you guys coming out and sharing that with us tonight. Yes, Daniel.
Yes, Daniel Michael Gabriel. I just want to reflect the sentiment of Mr. Dennis here, Board Member Anderson. Compassion is not just giving people services and letting them rot in their own lifestyle, while us community members that are hard workers are pushed to the wayside. I'm sorry, but that is not compassion. Compassion is lifting them up and helping them get on a better foothold. And that's all I have to say. I yield.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Nepali. We really, I'm sorry, Raquel, I forgot. Raquel, go ahead.
Well, she was going past me. I just want to say, so I'm part of this committee, and I understand the effort. So first with the map, I know it's confusing, but the reason DPR gave this to us like this is because it is actually the boundaries of the actual park. So they're not going to give us any extra, any less. They're not going to accommodate or provide any suggestion. They're just going to give us what is, and it's up to us to figure out the rest. So I understand the intent and support the intent, but also introducing this was to really generate the input that we need from you guys and what DPR needs to hear from not just the same people every time, but everybody. We went for this Bill 38 to try to solve this problem, but it was just us. So if we're going to come up with a resolution, it has to be everybody, not just the same people showing up for the same effort every time. And we'll do it. That's no problem. But we do need the efforts into coming up with the resolutions of how to make it work better for us. Absolutely 100% for us, not for the other guys. Because we're right, we're losing space at rapid speed. So my ask is that when we continue to gather everyone's input and participation, be a part of that resolution and contribute to those asks and those suggestions so we can make it work for us. That's it. I wish DPR was here so they could hear you, but
Yeah,
it's
they're a
probably
big
intentional.
missing piece, and we do apologize. Denise tried really hard to get them out tonight, but they just kind of blew us off, and that's not right. So we will be going after them. Denise, did you want to make any closing remarks? Okay, great. We're going to continue on. Thank you. So we'll be bringing this back for discussion. And the next meeting that Denise puts this on her agenda, I'll make sure you guys get a copy of it. And we will look maybe to do that committee, as she mentioned, maybe at night, and we'll do it maybe at the WCA so we can get more people and we can start hammering out something that will work. Nepali, thank you so much for staying and coming. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, moving on. Next up, because of the horrible flooding that we had and all of the unpleasantness that we dealt with earlier this year, we have a study that was done back in 2018 by former board members, Jacob Ing, who is no longer with us, and then Mike Lyons, who retired off the board last couple years ago. And they worked with some folks at the University of Hawaii, Dr. Russell Yost and a few other folks, and came up with this study. So it's a great starting place, but we need to be updated. We need to make sure the hydrology is there. Andy, that's what he does for a living, and he's going to be helping us with that. But we would like a motion from the board to support this effort so we can go out and get started and try and get some money. We've talked to Dr. Fox about this, and Councilmember Wire put money in the budget, and I hope it's still there. It's still there. Kelly says yes. So Matt put a couple million in there so we can go ahead and get this. This is a first phase. We're also doing some other work in the community. We're going to be having some meetings coming up pretty soon. We're doing some work with the state on their Hawaii and mitigation hazard program, and we're going to have our first community meeting on July 6th at the Mormon Church on Kaukonahua at 6:30 p.m. So I hope everyone can attend. We're going to learn all about tsunamis and hurricanes from the experts. And then on July 18th, we're going to have a community prep day at the WCA gym where we're going to be handing out prep kits and information for people because disaster preparation begins at home. And I can't do it for you. I'm not making your plan. Raquel's not making your plan. Leaf's not making your plan. It's up to you to make your plan, but we're going to give you the tools to make that happen. So look for a notice in the North Shore News. Call me if you have any questions, 808-637-8545. And leave me a message because I do not answer unknown phone numbers. So leave me a message and then I'll call you back. Okay, so I've asked Vice Chair Achu to read the motion and then we'll have discussion. She does head up our Water and Land Committee. So thank you, Vice Chair.
Thank you. Okay, the North Shore Neighborhood Board, number 27, requests that the City and County of Honolulu, along with the North Shore Neighborhood Board and community work to update the 2018 Kayaka Bay watershed-based plan. The updated plan should include detailed hydrology as well as updated solutions to be implemented for resolving the ongoing and pervasive flooding in the Wailua and Haleiwa communities. We request that the city and/or city council fund this initiative as soon as possible, contract with the University of Hawaii as they oversaw the original plan, and other appropriate contractors, and set up a community-based committee to work on this issue and develop solutions for the flooding the community regularly experiences. The current coastal working group studying beach erosion could be a model to follow as it includes agency, community, and technical experts. The board would like to have the process for this project started as soon as possible.
Do you make that motion, Vice Chair?
Yeah, I made the motion.
Okay, do we have a second? Zaz seconds. Board discussion. Yes, Blake.
I want to speak in strong support. I appreciate everyone's hard work. I want to be clear in my own mind because I feel like back in the 90s, there was the Kayaka Waialua Bay Hydrologic Unit Area Program that I know Jake Ng and Bob and probably yourself, Kathleen, were involved in. And then there was the 2016 Board of Water Supply effort that I know I was real enthusiastic about because I think I had lost context of that earlier study as well as the updated study that this motion references. And I just want to be sure that we incorporate all of those pre-existing studies and more importantly, that we add in the state of Hawaii and the in-stream flow standards, because I think that approach where we're actually looking at the inputs and the outputs on either ends of these waterways will help us get a better picture. Whereas these individual studies, I think, may have talked about water quality or water supply, which is obviously super important, but we need to take into account the whole picture and make sure that we're hopefully at least including all the way to Honolulu, but hopefully all the way to Waimea as well, because we know that some of the most major impacts were at Mokuleia.
Yeah,
and on
that's,
this
I think,
upper
what
end.
we're
So I'm
thinking
just
of.
wanting
Yeah.
to speak in support, but add in these additional layers because I think we basically have a great starting point and 30 years of data that if we can get the right players at the table, we can build on everyone's momentum. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And the original one that you're talking about, that was part and parcel of the 2018. No, but any good study will go back, look at the previous literature and bring that forward. So I wrote those down. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Bob.
With regard to funding, I think it's great to talk to the city council about it. And Blake had talked about the hydrological unit that was studied, and Dan Janik did that. He actually got funding directly from Congress. They funded the first phase, and then the UH didn't like the stuff he was finding, so he bypassed UH and got funding direct from Congress. They didn't like that either. Those records are probably buried deep. But I'm wondering if there aren't other funding sources, is where I'm really going with that.
Well, that's what Matt's got 2 million in this the council budget that got approved for this.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll look also for other sources. Yes, Denise.
I'm going to support the motion. I think it's really important. 2 points. One is, in addition to study, there needs to be, and I want to make sure the motion says this, an action plan for immediate, near-term, and long-term action because, right, we study stuff to death and we need to act. And second one is it Act 121? About the landowner responsibility. I forget the act number. Is it 121? No, what 211, 121, whatever it is, the act that says that private landowners are responsible for stream maintenance. I want to make sure that that is re-examined in terms of private versus public, both county and state responsibility for management and what that means in more detail. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any other questions from board? Yes, go ahead, Andy.
Is this just in relation to, is it on?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Is this just in relation to the streams and the watershed, or does it also include like the culverts and some of the facilities that are supposed to be maintained by the city?
It should include everything. I agree.
Okay, because
Yeah.
right now I'm working with DFM on some other projects and stuff, and it's just impressive to see what's maintained by the city versus what's not. So it just would be good to see that it's comprehensive.
Okay, yeah, we'll add that in. That's good. Good points. Bob?
If we're going to study the hydrological unit, I would ask that there be a biological aspect to it, what's growing in Kayaka Bay. I know Janik explored that, even invented an Oopu costume that went in parades. But my point is, it could be physics and chemistry and engineering, but I think the biological component is important. I remember when they were done last time, he said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 3-headed Oopu and I wouldn't eat any of them.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Community, any questions regarding this? Yes, Thomas.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a question or a comment because everything that I said when I talked earlier was about deep hydrology, was about the big picture. If you destroy the biology of the soil, the matter, the organic matter is gone, it's dead. And the soil, instead of what it was, an absorbent sponge, where you don't even need to worry much about the runoffs and the culverts. It goes down in and stays there and goes into the deep water. So we got to address the pesticides. We've got to see the big picture, the biology, as he said. You kill the biology and you turn a sponge into a drain board. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Hi, Dennis Park. You're looking at all the data. I go back a little way, so I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think Army Corps of Engineers had something to do with the dredging of the Long Bridge River. So that might be a source too.
Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that. Okay, board members, we have a motion. We're going to amend it slightly to include ditches, culverts, irrigation systems. Also, as Blake mentioned, past studies, including the BWS North Shore Plan and anything from the 1990s on Kayaka Bay, just anything we can find, and Waialua Bay. Thank you. And then per Denise, we want to do an action plan. We want to make sure that the result is an action plan to both near and long term. So it's not just another study, that we come up with something that actually has some teeth to it. Okay, that's a great point. And then compound flooding. And so that is the motion, what Raquel read. Zoidel has it, and then we'll add these other parts to it. Okay, Zoidel will do a roll call. Thank you.
Amy, Cheryl, Andrew, Raquel, Leaf, Zaz, Denise, Bob, Blake, Kieran, Kathleen. So that's 11-0-0 adopted.
Okay, great. And if anyone's interested, once we get this up and running, to join and be a part of the process, I sit on the coastal group with Denise and Andy, and it's a really great process. And that's the model I think we'd like to follow, because it's been very good. Moving on, and this is now primarily a board conversation, the next item. So I've been told by the head of our neighborhood commission office that he really wants us to go hybrid. However, I've always had a problem with going hybrid because of losing our remote access. And since we're out in the country, there are times when our internet isn't the best and doesn't work properly. And the way most of the other boards are run, if you lose access and you can't reconnect within like 20 minutes, your meeting ends. That's it. And Zoidel, is that correct? Some meetings have been canceled because they couldn't reconnect. That means, oh, well, too bad. Anything on your agenda you don't get to talk about. I have a real problem with that. Look how many people are here tonight. How would you feel if we couldn't have discussed any of these important issues? You would be upset. Like, geez, I took time out of my busy day to come down, and now I can't participate or have a conversation with you guys. So there is a workaround. The workaround is what the city council does. The city council allows hybrid, but all the council members have to show up. If they do not show up, they do not count. So what it will mean is we still do what we're doing. We show up to our board meetings. We do hybrid so the community can come in remotely. And I'm still going to make sure that our wonderful police, the ocean, and everybody else shows up in person, because I think that's important. But then the community, those who cannot make it that night in person, can come online. If we lose connection, the meeting does not end, because we're all here because we still have quorum. So I just wanted to see if there was any issue from the board with that. If there's no issue, I'll let Lloyd know starting in July, we will go to a hybrid version. But I really do expect elected officials to show up. I expect police, HPD, HFD, ocean safety, all presenters to come in person, because I think that's important for us. When we don't like a plan, we want to make sure the developer sees our faces and our eyes, and they hear us saying, we don't like this. when they're online, they can mute us and they don't care what we say. So we're going to insist that they still show up in person. Any questions, conversation? Yes, Andy.
And the community can still show up live. and in
Absolutely.
person
I
as well.
love having
Okay.
a room full. I hope
I
you
just-
guys don't take this as a mean that not to show up. I love having everybody show up. I have noticed I do go to a lot of neighborhood boards across the island. I have noticed over time the board members on those more traditional hybrid are coming back. And frankly, a lot of people still show up at the meetings. I was at Makiki the other night, and they had about 20 or 30 people there, and most of the board was there, and they're a hybrid meeting. So people, I think, like the idea of the community coming together, having that interaction, because you don't develop relationships when you're on the screen. You know, I don't get to give Nepali a bad time when I can't talk to him in person. So it's really important for that. So it would be, we still have to show up, but then this allows community from that, like if they can't make it that night, they still can jump online and hear what we have to say, participate. It also means we'll probably get a broader audience from around. I know there's some other folks from around the island that like to jump onto other neighborhood board meetings, which is fine. Go ahead, Denise.
Just two questions. One, how will we see people online given they're going to be on this screen? Okay. And we'll, yep. That's important, right? It's like, I don't know how and then the other thing is I just want to, be conscientious about, you'll still apply time management rules to people who are online.
Oh yeah, because now I got a mute button. One thing I missed from COVID. No, I'm just joking. But the other thing you can do, and I've seen this at other neighborhood board meetings, is some of the board members will log in on their iPads so they can see, because this is behind us and it makes it difficult for us to see. But if you can log in on your phone and just mute yourself, and then you can see what's going on your phone and who's on the phone. I do that when I show up at other board meetings to see who's logging in as well. Any other questions? Yes, Bob.
Lots of times when the remote is going on, if you're conducting the meeting and you're doing the photography, does it incur extra expense to have another staff member to help facilitate that?
We
Oh,
have
sorry,
Zoe
I didn't mean to
Dow.
leave you out. Sorry. Okay.
Plus, I can actually, unlike you, Bob, I can multitask.
No, we've all noticed that. The other thing is Sunset Beach Community Association decided to go only online, and it probably tripled their attendance in that area. I mean, that's just, and I think an awful lot of board business gets done before the meeting and after the meeting, and I would hate to see that drop out too.
I would be totally opposed. There is one neighborhood board, Nuuanu, that's completely virtual. I personally feel, and I know this from my work, is that when you show up, people go, "Oh my God, you're here." It's amazing how many times people say thank you for coming in person to the meeting. So I go to Nanakuli, they're all like, "Wow, thank you for coming in person." It makes a difference when you show up. I can't emphasize that enough. So I would be against going all virtual, because I think, again, you lose that sense of community. I don't get to see Karen and talk to her, or Debbie and say hi. I wouldn't be able to say hi to Blaine or Linnell, so I think it's really important that we keep doing the in-person ones. But now what this will allow is when Yvonne doesn't feel like getting in her car that night, she can at least jump onto the meeting and still participate, which is great. Any other questions? Community, any thought, any puzzles or any concerns up there? Yes, Luca, please come to the front.
It's almost like the silent walk of shame when you're from all the way in the back coming to the front. But I think this is amazing. I think every time that I have not been here in person, it's because I'm too tired to get here from up in Pupukea, which I love you guys, but like it's late at night, I had homework or something, but I'll be able to be here virtually now. And especially if I'm because I'm going to school in Vermont, so I'll be able to still see all you guys.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Here.
I don't know about that, Luca.
I did it for one city council meeting.
But it just gives us another avenue. It's something that the executive director and I have had many discussions about over the past year, and he finally came up with a way that made me more comfortable, because I absolutely do not want to end a meeting just because we lose the internet. That would be
Yeah.
bad. Go ahead, Blake. Thanks, Luca.
Thank you. Yeah, I really support that. And I'm just wondering if we can have like a backup plan too, like particularly because we are in a rural area. So we'll have our primary internet, and then hopefully we can invest in a secondary one so that we'll never find ourselves in that situation where the primary goes down. So
I leave that to the
Yeah.
NCO. I know
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has a hotspot. So we'll see how it goes. All we can do is try and see. And sometimes what happens if we have a meeting like we did last month where we had like all these people and a lot of people came, we might break the internet just for the number of people that's on it too. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Blake.
Yeah,
We can certainly look into it.
Yeah, I just want to see if we can maybe test ahead of the first time, and then anything that you've learned from the other rural communities, if the NCO can coordinate with you so that we maybe can be like a model of never going down. Thanks.
So Dale, what issues have you had with the internet going down at any of your meetings, especially anything out that's from Center City, so to speak?
So far, our new hotspot is actually working very well. So we haven't had any problems from all the meetings that we've been going through.
But maybe we can have a backup hotspot just to see. Okay, if there's no objection, board, then I will let Lloyd know that we're going to start in July with being our first meeting. So we'll make sure. So then when you get the agenda at the top, you'll see a little link. It's Zoom or WebEx? WebEx, right? It's WebEx. So if you don't have WebEx, you can go through the internet and just click on the link, and it's pretty easy. It's just like Zoom. And we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a shot and see what that does for us. So thank you, board. I appreciate the discussion on that issue. Okay, moving right along to city elected officials. Dr. Fox.
Hello, hi everyone. If I can just follow up on the last discussion, I go to a number of neighborhood boards as part of this position, not for my representation here, but for the day job portion of my work. And I have to say, this is an incredibly well engaged and involved board. Across the board for the whole island. And I would really, really recommend continuing to do the in-person work as much as possible. Just thank you to all of you. I do go to a lot of board meetings and they don't look like this, but moreover, they don't feel like this either. You can absolutely feel the Pilina in the room, and all of us are connected in so many ways. And you do absolutely lose that in the other board meetings that I do attend virtually or in hybrid format. That's just my own 2 cents of somebody who jumps around the island, meeting to meeting, board to board throughout the month. And it's my own experience if it means anything to your folks' decision making. Thank you. I have a number of updates today, so I'll go ahead and start. We're in the last 7 days of our Oahu Food Systems draft plan that's open for public comment. So this is the agency that I lead. We're working on the first ever Oahu Food Systems plan. So thank you, because food and ag has come up several times already tonight at the nexus of water and community and housing and development. And this plan overarches and outlines 70 actions that we feel like the city can take now and implement within the next 3 to 5 years on how food is produced, distributed, assessed, and disposed of while we pay attention to the health of our communities, economy, and environment. We do hope everybody will share your comments by June 30th. The draft plan is available on www.resilientoahu.org/food systems plan. I think it's with the Facebook group already, if I'm not mistaken, and did bring the flyers before, but if anybody needs that link, I'll be happy to write it down and show you. It's a very easy way to comment. We use a digital platform that folks are familiar with the North Shore Sustainable Communities Plan. It's a Conveyo platform, and you just kind of click where you want to see changes and make comments and offer feedback into the plan. And then Mayor has highlights this month in his newsletter. The federal aid deadline approaches for city storm response. David Lazar has been named the Honolulu Chief of Police. The swearing-in ceremony is in a couple of weeks. City initiatives have been increasing for reducing houselessness and homelessness across Oahu. We bid a warm and genuine aloha to our former managing director, Mike Formby, who ended his term in the city a couple of weeks ago. And then the city is offering innovative microloans to small business and local business owners through our Office of Economic Revitalization, OER. And so Mayor's newsletter can be found for the June 2026 edition at honolulu.gov. And then beyond the updates, I do have some of the departmental issues for follow-up that I can go ahead and just reply to. There's a few that I'm still waiting on communications with DFM. So working on it, we'll get back to you folks at our next meeting. But I did have one. So there was a question about for DDC about the Waialua Bridge, the structural safety and replacement status. And the question was around the previously temporary repairs pending the new bridge permit. And so DDC has a response that the design for the Waialua Bridge replacement project remains ongoing and it is on schedule. The project is targeted for bid advertisement this summer of 2028, and then construction is anticipated to start in spring 2029. And then DPP also offered their comments that this isn't under the purview of DPP, and all further questions should continue to be carried over to DDC. And then I have a question here for DEM, and the question was about mold and mosquito remediation for flood damaged homes. So the question was around would the city provide support for mold remediation for residents who have no choice but to remain in flood damaged homes. Immediate supplies needs, were immediate, but also continue. And DEM provided a response that the city coordinated mold and mosquito remediation through the Waialua Community Assistance Center that we called the CAC right here at the district park. And that some free supplies were given out there within the CAC, and then some volunteer organizations that were at the CAC, including Aloha United Way, were able to provide some volunteers and also supplies to residents that had asked for it. And then their last comment is around the application assistance provided to help folks who are registering with FEMA for the individual assistance that could include $300 payments to cover costs such as this, and that there's ongoing supplies available through La Hui Foundation, Hawaii Farm Bureau, and others specific to mosquito dunks and cleaning supplies. And then again, I have a number of follow-ups for DFM, and we'll continue to liaise with my counterparts over there to try to get those responses for you folks. Happy to open it up for questions, Chair.
So Zaz, I had emailed her and said we need a schedule of continuous stream maintenance and stuff. So that's what she's referring to.
Yeah.
So they don't forget us. We will stay on top of it. Yes, board members. Yes, Leaf.
It's probably not you, but since you're the first one up. There's a tree stuck underneath Honolulu Bridge.
Okay.
A big one. And I don't know who's in charge of that, but needs to be taken out before the next flood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Board members. Yes, Zaz.
The last time the mayor guys were here, I asked if an investigation has been opened up into why so much dirt fell down the mountain. And DFM DOT did an amazing job clearing Kaukonahua Bridge and all that area. But unfortunately, that's not the main area. And this past week, I don't know if anyone's drove across the Take Bridge, but large piles of sediment and dirt has washed under the bridge again, and also critical points on the bends and the turns. And so I was just wondering if they're still looking into, or if some departments possibly opening an investigation, because there is something happening at Malka and it is going to affect Mackay. And they did stop working on the streams, but they did amazing work. But how all the dirt is coming and settling down under their bridge, it's concerning. When Cane Hall Bridge is at Kayaka Bay, and that bridge is really like, that one should be taken down. But with all that sediment, that means that that area is getting smaller this way as well this way. So I was just want to put that on the radar and put it out there. Hopefully we can get some dredging done there. Even this area right here too, where the bridge that they're going to redo, it's amazing work that they're going to redo the bridge, but I think that area needs to be dredged before we even put in the bridge. And in recent days, of course, we saw Dole sold that land recently. Those, I think it's 92 acres, about 100 acres on both sides of the stream right here around Waialua Elementary. And I just want to know, like, no offense, but Dole keeps getting away clean, not having to, they haven't maintained this land in so long. There's so much mangroves. That's what's holding the sediment in and the soil and making our rivers not as deep and so forth. So I just want to put it on the radar. Like, they did this land sale, they got away scot.
Okay, wrap it up.
But I'm wrapping it up. Sorry, but yeah, it'd just be great if we could get more enforcement on like large land sales. Like, they should have to maintain the land, or the new landowners should be aware of like Act 121 or whatever. Hey, it's their kuleana now to maintain the streams and so forth. In that sense, I just wanted to.
Actually, we Board Vice Chair Achu and I actually toured that land on Sunday, and it's being maintained, and it's actually going to stay in ag. That's what we're being told. So we can report. The gentleman's going to come into our board hopefully in the next few months and give us an update. It's the guy that does the cacao farm. He's the one that actually, through a investor, purchased the land. So we'll see what happens, but it's all good.
I'm all for farmers.
Yes, we are. We're all for farmers too.
And Mama Ina.
Yes, go ahead, Denise.
Aloha, Dr. Fox. I'm wondering if you could, next meeting or by email, provide an update from DFM. What is the dredging plan? Last time when Mayor was here, I remember them saying, oh, we're going to stop, and it has to do with the emergency proclamation. And so I think the community would love clarity, like what is the plan for continuing, and also if it could be mentioned, what's the collaboration with the state? Maybe I'm not following it, but I'm not aware what the plan is for continuing all the way to Kayaka Bay.
Yeah.
So that would be great. Thank you.
And that's what I emailed her on Monday and asked, or last Friday.
And
what was I
Kelly and
gonna
I
say?
have been in touch tonight, and Councilmember Wire and I were in touch earlier today of trying to coordinate our communication back to you folks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really super important. And my understanding is the governor did extend the proclamation. So saying that it ended is not an excuse. They have to give us a plan.
Yeah. And I want to just go back to board members asked for, what we refer to as the start of an investigation takes the form of the after action review. We are formally starting the AARs. We do have cabinet meetings. I want to say it's July 8th, 9th. I was so close, but I can always count on you to back me up. 9th, we're starting to document, and the focus has been on the short-term recovery around the FEMA monies, and so this will now start the process that I think you're helping lead us to around some of these assessments that do need to be documented in the AAR. Yeah.
I will actually be at that meeting, so I will make sure that it comes up. I got invited. All we can do is ask, because I don't know. I'm not sure that they see the seriousness of what Zaz is talking about.
Agreed.
So I'm gonna need your help to push that forward. Any other board members? Then I want to open up community. Zaz, I will come back to you. Don't worry. Any other community members have any questions for Dr. Fox? Okay, go ahead, Zaz, and then Bob.
Oh, I was just going to say I have some imagery that a lot of people probably don't have, but I'm happy to airdrop anyone like the 24 ditches that lead to one outlet. Like, we outlined all that, as well as like the landslides. We have imagery of that. So if anyone wants those kind of imagery, I'm more than happy to share it, as well as the old aerials of Waialua and how wide the rivers used to be and so forth. I'm happy to share that after all this. If anyone wants to airdrop, let me know. I got it on my phone.
Go ahead, Bob.
Just real quick, you said you were looking for input on a draft plan.
Yes.
Something else that come out of the city asking for input was a survey on park and recreation.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is, how is that being, and that's island wide, how is that being received? Is it getting a lot of input?
Yeah, I hope that the information from Nate got to you folks.
I
through
shared it with
Parks
the board.
Committee. Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm happy to bring the results of the survey back, and they did identify a number of parcels across the island. And if I'm not mistaken, Board Chair and Parks Committee Chair, I think this district did get the most action out of our Department of Parks and Recreation of where some of those will be improved and increased.
Okay, if there are any other final questions, yes, Raquel.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Just wondering if there's opportunity for the after action review. Is there opportunity for community involvement or presentation to community where they come to the neighborhood board? I think the community would be really interested to see how that review comes out.
I totally agree. It's a part of my questions, and I will be there with board chair, and we will. I think we'll tag team and back each other up. We'll try not to get in trouble.
Probably will.
We probably will.
I'm pretty sure I will. Any other questions, board members, community for Dr. Fox? If not, thank you so much.
Thank you all. And Kelly probably has some more information.
I'm sure she does.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming tonight. We really appreciate it.
Dr. Fox just put me on the spot like that, huh? Good evening, Chair and members of the board. Kelly Anaya from Councilmember Matt Wire's office. Just wanted to highlight some of the budget stuff for our district. I think I mentioned some of them last time, but again, the Kayaka Bay Federal Study, $1.5 million for the city's portion of the cost share with the Army Corps of Engineer. Also, Waialua Fire Station, $250,000 to plan and design. And I'm not sure if anybody watched the committee meetings today, but they're looking to close at the ending of the year. They're looking to close at the ending of the year. So fingers crossed. Also, so I think it's used as Pa'ala'akai, watershed infrastructure improvements, 13 million to support. So 13, not just for there though, it's for Kahuku La'i, but also specifically Pa'ala'akai. So I'm sorry, and Wahiawa and Whitmore Village. It includes facility plans, pump station improvements, and wastewater treatment plant system upgrades. Haleiwa Beach Park, Canoe Halau, $800,000. I think I reported that one last time as well. Also, just wanted to highlight Pupukea residents. We did send out Duff to inspect some of those trees. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay. Pupukea Road, the trees. Duff did an inspection. However, they didn't really show any noticeable safety concerns, but they just wanted the public to know that they are part of a routine pruning, schedule that they have, and they anticipate the work to be done by the ending of July. Pupukea bike path, tree trimming and clearing. So DPR started a two-phase maintenance project. The first phase includes clearing overgrown vegetation, as well as the unauthorized plantings along the bike path. The work is going to be expected during weekdays, 9 to 3 p.m. Second phase is going to involve contracted tree trimming. Those dates will be provided in the future. Also, just wanted to highlight the Wailua High School girls surf team for making history. Yeah, inaugural 2026 HHSAA surfing state champions. So congratulations to them. Let me see. Oh, also, I'm sure Denise and team saw, but they're also looking to close Sharks Cove August 17th. So fingers crossed on that as well. So now that I got the good news out, well, still more good news, but just really delayed. I don't see Maka here, but So I think about in 2023, he had asked about DPR's mowing schedule for specifically Wailua District Park. DPR did apologize for the extreme delay in responding, but their maintenance schedule, their mowing maintenance schedule is generally once a week. However, due to the staffing limitations, they're trying to do it on a bi-weekly or yeah. They're trying to get to it basically, but I'm sure you know it's still a staffing issue. So they do appreciate the public's patience. They are trying to recruit more staff, but that's still posing a challenge. Also, Karen Gallagher, I'm glad you're here because DPR also apologized for this extremely delayed response about your question regarding the drown proofing program that you mentioned, I guess back in the 70s. Anyway, DPR stated that it was actually never a city program, but rather it was part of Department of Education, which is state. And the curriculum did utilize city pools, but the program ended in 1986. Yeah, so they do apologize for the delay. DPR currently offers a learn to swim program at the public pools. You can call the pool staff to see when they're actually having those programs or any more information on that. And Bob, current but not quite good news regarding the Pupukea lights at the courts. DPR said they did submit work orders back in February 2 times, and then the latest was on May 20th, which is, I believe, when you brought it to my attention. They have not been able to get an estimate for the repairs. They are in contact with DFM, Department of Facilities Maintenance. DPR doesn't do the actual switching on the lights or even I think it must be the lights that need to be changed because I think normally they can just reset it, but they're stating that they were not able to get any timeline, but they are working and they are in contact with DFM. And I think that is it for me. If anyone has any questions for
Yeah,
Councilor
well,
Moore.
DFN's been a little busy, so
Yeah.
sorry, Bob.
Yeah, they are. But they are aware of it. So
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah, I thought I heard you mention something about the Kayaka Bay study, and I thought I heard Army Corps. Was
Yeah,
that
so that was $1.5 million for the city's cost share portion of the Army Corps of Engineers study for the Kayaka Bay watershed.
so? It's an Army Corps study.
Yeah,
then.
Army Corps. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Board members, any other questions for Kelly? Community, any questions for Kelly? Yes, Mark, I need you to come up to the front, please. Thank you, sir.
Hi, everybody. Mark Talia again. I just wanted to know, I don't know who to ask, but I'm just taking this opportunity. On behalf of the residents of Palakai 2, what is the status of the dirt in Weed Circle? Can anybody help me so I can pass the message?
I actually don't have an update, but we've been getting a lot of calls and concerns about that. So we do have a request in with DFM. Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
I think Dr. Fox might have, do you have something to share on that? I do know they know about it and they are working on it. I know they've been pulling stuff out. But go ahead, Dr. Fox. Thank you.
Just to come to the mic and confirm same, and then I did just double check with ENV and Dr. Babcock confirmed that it's up to DFM. Yeah.
And I think that's also in conjunction with DOT though as well, since that's state owned. Okay, thank you. If you could let us know, that would be great. We'll let you know. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any other questions? Anybody? Okay, come on up, Karen, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is 2026, so let's see how long this takes. No, no, this isn't. This is just more of a comment. I'm really excited, as are many of us, about this Haleiwa Beach Park, Malka Canoe Halau. What kind of baffles me is it says going to add $800,000 to support planning and design of a canoe halau. Okay, that's sounds like a lot of money to design and plan. And over here it says in Waipahu, $645,000 to support planning, design, and improvements of this of the refuse facility. And then Wailua Fire Station, $250,000 to plan and design a replacement fire station, but $800,000 to plan and design a canoe halau? Anyway, that's kind of baffling to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the costs are different, but I can look into that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kelly. Next up, we have, I think, Mark for Senator Wah, please. Thank you.
How's it, Mark Taliai, evening board. Gotta use my glasses. Real quick, Mark Taliai on behalf of Senator Brenton Awad, just a quick announcement from Senator Awad's office. We are currently seeking recent high school graduates, recent college graduates, or current college students to fill up to 5 paid positions at $20 an hour for a period of 3 to 6 months through a program in partnership with the state's Workforce Development Division. The program is designed to provide participants with hands-on experience and exposure to careers in state government while helping to keep local talent working here in Hawaii. The work will primarily involve outdoor projects focused on caring for the land and supporting local food sustainability efforts. If you or someone know who may be interested, please contact Senator Awad's office for more information.
Thank you. Any questions, anybody?
Is there an age range?
Okay.
Is there an age range?
You in high school?
Okay.
High school and college.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, next up we have Rep. Peruso, who's came and joined us even though she's battling a head cold. We really do appreciate you for showing up tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, Chair and board members and community members. Nice to be here. I did come because I have some important updates. So first I wanted to say Po'omoho Camp, we're starting to hear some concerns about safety with respect to accessing Kamehameha. So I wanted to let folks know and people online know that we're following up with DOT and we're gonna see if we can't get some traffic calming measures for them. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about the work we've been doing since session ended. So most of you know that I've been canvassing in my part of this area, so about 700 homes, and we got a good number of responses to our survey, and the survey had to do with HRS 46-11.5, which is Act 121, which is the legislation, the law that everyone here is painfully aware says that private property owners that abut streams are responsible for the management of those streams. So in order to change that state law, we're going to have some legislation introduced, and we're going to have some consensus built around what the alternative should be. And what the survey questions I asked were, who should be responsible for maintaining streams and drainage systems? About almost 50% said that it should be a shared responsibility between the state and county, state/county and private property owners. And then the remaining like 43% said that it should be just the state and county. And then there was an opportunity for others, like other kinds of comments, and people gave really helpful insight and feedback. So we'll be using that. And then, hold on, just want to make sure I address all the survey questions. The second question said, should the state take a stronger role in managing our water systems to prevent flooding? 95% said yes. I mean, I was kind of hoping for that, but then also like the additional feedback that people entered into the other categories, again, very helpful. And the final question was a bit more complex. It asked, new development in flood-prone areas often relies on existing ditches, streams, and drainage systems. Do you think developers and large agricultural operations should be required to include comprehensive runoff and drainage plans that prevent added flooding impacts on surrounding communities? And again, 94% of the community said yes. And I think that the reason I did this canvassing was because I want to make sure that the community is on board, that we are all kind of moving in the same direction. So that we can effectuate change. We're going to need folks to show up at the legislature. We're going to need you to testify, and we're going to need you to share your experiences from the Kona Low events. And July 1st, we have our first stream maintenance working group with the House. So about 15 legislators will be coming together from all across the state, because there are other communities that also suffer from the same kind of structure we have, like the abandoned plantation, irrigation ditches, and so on. So just want to share those results with you, mirror them back to you folks, so you kind of understand the way in which I'm moving with that legislation. And I'm available for questions.
Is that something you could share, that I can share out on our Facebook
Yeah,
page? 'Cause I think
I'm
that
waiting
would be.
for some more respondents,
Oh, yeah,
because
no,
I just
when you're
finished the
ready.
canvassing. So yeah, I'm happy to share that.
Yeah, no, because I think that's important information. I think we would all like to have that and share that. And I hope as your group moves forward that they do take it on the road and maybe meet with the various communities, because I know we aren't the only ones
That's a good
suffering, but
idea.
no offense, I don't mean this because we love you. But sometimes, as you know, at the ledge, people get very insular and it's kind of an echo chamber. And we don't want that. We want them to hear from those of us who, like you said, were affected, have information to share. I think it's really important that they come and talk to not just our community, but across the state.
That's a great idea. Okay.
Yeah, it just gives them a different perspective.
Yeah,
when you
I agree.
actually hear from people.
I agree.
Yeah, so no disrespect intended, but I appreciate it.
I'm good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Blake.
Oh, thanks for everything you're doing on that and have continued to do. I know Denise and probably others are more familiar with this, but did you have any perspective on the in-stream flow standards that DLNR's Commission on Water Resources Management could potentially help establish for our 8 perennial streams in this area, so that we have a better factual understanding from an objective perspective on how much water is coming and going through the main streams? Like, I understand that maybe it's roughly $500,000 or so to do per stream. And if we have 8, do you think that that's something that you and Representative Quinlan and the other teams representing this area might be able to pursue?
It's worth looking at. I mean, it is really expensive, and we have a lot of hydrological questions that will need to be addressed. So I think that's something that I'll take to that working group. And then I also take to my other colleagues, I'll take it to Rep. Quinlan and see what we can do. I am honestly not super knowledgeable about that. So I'd have to come back to you with get more feedback on that.
Yeah, actually, Blake, shoot me a text so I don't forget. Remember when Aaron Strouch came out years ago? It was like 3-4 years ago, to talk about inflow. I think it was at Ki'i in another stream, and then we never heard from them. So I'm happy to shoot him an email and say, hey, whatever happened to the studies you were doing? Because you're absolutely right. All of that's going to be important information. Just shoot me a text that says inflow stream standards, and I'll know what that means. Yes, I think Leaf, did you have a question? Okay. Okay, Bob, go ahead.
With regard to somebody doing studies, I would think the NRCS, they're bought and paid for as an engineer, PhDs. You got a powerhouse up there.
Yeah.
Perhaps they could even do it Mauna Hawaii.
Yeah. And we have a lot of, I think it's a complex situation. So a lot of the issues that Zaz has brought up, I think also deserve some investigation. And it just is a matter of like determining who is going to be responsible and accountable for doing that kind of work.
Community, did you remember? Okay.
On the stream stuff, up until around 1976, the city and county took care of dredging the streams, Long Bridge, and the mouth of the river, all by Long Bridge, where it's, it used to be all the way across the bridge. Now it's halfway across. And the city and county used to do that. Now, if you put that on the landowner, which they tried to do a while back, and they say, okay, it's your Kuleana. Wait a minute now. The landowner doesn't have equipment to take care of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I live on the side of the river. If they put that Kuleana on me, I'm going to put a fence in the middle of the river so that all these people going up and down the river, if they get hurt, they cannot sue me.
Okay. So yes, that law was passed in 1986, and it was an effort on the part of the counties, no offense to the counties, but just to kind of divest themselves of that financial liability. And they were getting a lot of concerns from residents who wanted them to clear their streams, and they just did not have the capacity. So I think we will still have a capacity problem. We just have to figure out how to do it.
Any other questions? Raquel?
Not a question, but just to Leaf's point. Yeah, that's a hard one, only because I think if there is no responsibility on the landowner, the environment we're in right now, they can dump inside there if they want.
Yeah.
They won't care because they don't have responsibility to it. So I agree with Leaf, but I also worry that if there is no responsibility on that person, they'll just we see it already. So, it's a hard thing to address if they can.
Yeah. That's why the working group is going to be really interesting, because across the state, there are so many different kinds of waterway systems that are really, we're struggling to manage.
Community, any questions for Representative? Yes, Daniel.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Daniel Gabriel. Just because, like we were talking about water rights and access to the beach and stuff like that, that makes me raise the question of, so if the state takes a half responsibility of cleaning the stream, do those landowners lose the right to use that stream? What will allow the state to say, hey, you can't touch that now, or you can't go there? I'm just curious if that'll.
They already do.
Well, so it would get worse, is what I'm hearing then, right?
Well, we don't know. That's hopefully what we'll find out. But thank you for
that's a
that's a good
concern
point. Thank
that
you
I'm
for
worried
bringing that
about.
out. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Raquel.
Just one more point, Amy, is any measure made, there has to be some form of an enforcement plan and a solid enforcement and action plan, because if you have one person doing their portion, but your neighbors are not, and I'll give a good example. I think he's still here. I hound Keith at KS vigorously to clean ditches, and he just doesn't want to hear from me anymore, so he does it. And it happens. They clean their section, but what's the point if the guys down the way are not?
Yeah.
So why they busting their jaws to get it done when the other guys are just kind of ignoring us? So the action plan and the enforcement, we're fortunate that we have a good relationship. Keith is always on it with us, but everybody else is there and there's nothing happening. So they just flip in. So I think the enforcement part is kind of critical.
Yeah, I agree.
And to piggyback onto what Vice Chair just said, that's a ditch. That's not even a legit stream. So, that's the other problem we faced in this flooding, was people filling in ditches, culverts, all sorts of stuff. And like in my neighborhood, we have a Veove stream, which the plantation turned into a ditch that goes out into the ocean. And the guy that owns that part of the land on the ocean side, he made sure it got through, and he had some of our community members went down and opened up the mouth. It was great. But the people along that ditch all the way back that were farming, they just filled it in, threw their stuff in there, and they never took care of it. And that was why my community, my subdivision, got flooded where we live. Luckily, thank God, we didn't get hit, but some of my neighbors got hit pretty nasty.
Yeah.
And it was because it wasn't, now, thank God, DFM, they went down, DOT, they went down, they cleaned it right out, which was really nice of them. They did not have to do that, and it was really nice. But to Raquel's point, that has to be part of what you're studying, because just doing the stream isn't going to be enough.
Oh yeah. This
Because-
is not just about stream management, but it is like this complex network of all of our waterways. And I think we have so many complex agricultural parcels that are actually like sub-parceled, and different actors are doing different things on different part of one TMK. So it's very complicated. But
and the enforcement is huge because
Yeah.
again, nothing's happening now. And if the state and the county take it on,
yeah.
well,
But I will say, I will say that we've learned. So since the Kona low floods, like in that aftermath, we created that map, that online map, which was community sourced. And I really like give Zaz a lot of credit, and also our Hawaii, and the Hawaii Farmers Union. And that has hundreds of data points now. And when we have the technology now where we can really do enforcement much more effectively, and the community can be much more engaged. So just seeing that map emerge, because that map is what enabled DOT and DFM to go in and do this remedial work.
Go ahead,
Hello. Oh, if anyone wants to check out that website, it's stormwater.supersistence.org. It kind of tells you where all like the inlets, outlets are, the ditches, streams, storm drains, manholes. You can find it all on that website. You can add to that website too if you want to draw flooding that occurred in your area, or add other ditches or water streams, and then we will add it into the data that we got going on. And then it's not only for Waialua, it's for all of Oahu. We're working on, making it bigger for everyone, because we all are affected in some way with mismanagement of waterways. But to piggyback on the enforcement, maybe we could work on getting regular inspections, or maybe the state could work on maybe getting like a drone program or something where they could do flybys, maybe, I don't know, biannually, or I don't know, yearly, I don't know, something like that. But inspections enforcement is definitely a big one.
yeah, with the drones, that's a great suggestion, Zaz. With the drones now, there's no excuse for us not to be able to do regular inspections. That's a splendid idea. I love
and we
that
can write
idea.
law that allows that. So
I love that idea. Any other questions for Rep. Peruso? We're so grateful you made it tonight. Thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to approval of our May 26, 2026 regular meeting minutes. They were distributed. If there were any comments or questions, hearing none, I guess we don't need to make a motion to accept. Is that correct, Zadel? Anymore? We just, unless there's any changes, otherwise we just say accepted as submitted. So I'm not seeing anything. We will do that. Since we still have time, we can either end now, guys, or, okay, everyone's saying yes. Okay. I see. Really, go ahead, Zaz.
Oh, so just to thank you, Larry, for commenting earlier about the project that's going on. Andy Anderson trying to, convert agricultural land to urban. I have these really cool stickers, Stop Backyards, Haleiwa, as well as this sticker that's basically a map overshowing the area where he's trying to build. There's a QR code on there. There's a petition. We got over 1,800 signatures on the petition so far opposing this project. Please sign the petition. You're welcome to take stickers. I hope there's enough for everyone. There's a QR code on both. You're more than welcome. Help yourself. Just to get the word out more and all that.
Okay,
and
great.
then also to, since we're talking about ditches, this Saturday, we're doing a community Malama Aina for Mill 6 Farms, which is where 24 drains or 24 ditches flow into one outlet. And so we've been working our way up from Kiapoko. And so this Saturday from 7 to 11, behind the sugar mill after Shoppers Surf Shop, we're going to have, we'll have someone at the gate. They'll let you in and they'll show you where to park and all that. We'll have bathrooms, waters. I'll follow up. We should be possibly having bentos, I believe, provided for volunteers. But yeah, we got some machinery coming in. We got people coming to bring chainsaws. So if anyone has any like chainsaws, weed eaters, any kind of like
Okay, wrap
that
it up,
kind of
girl.
stuff, we're greatly appreciated. Many hands to help us clear this to, make it better for everyone.
Okay, thank you, Zaz. Appreciate it. We are adjourned. Thank you.
all